I'm Stefan Holt, and this is News 4 Now for Thursday, December 6th. First up, we'll talk about the weather. Could see some flurries tonight in the city, and there could be an inch of snow in the Hudson Valley. Tomorrow it'll be cold and clear, highs getting into the 30s. Now to the news. Legalizing marijuana in New York is being pitched as a solution to fix the subways. Today, Melissa Mark-Viverito launched her Weed for Rails plan as part of her campaign for public advocate. Yesterday reported that officials think legalized marijuana would generate more than $1 billion for the state. Under her plan, Mark-Viverito says at least 50% of that money would go straight to mass transit improvements.
We need infusion of revenue now for the MTA, not 5 years from now, not 3 years from now. And if we legalize marijuana, this is one of the fastest sources of revenue that we can see in the state of New York.
Lawmakers in Albany are set to debate legalizing marijuana next year. MTA leaders say they're open to alternative sources of revenue. In the Bronx, there's still a lot of questions about a wild shootout between police and a gunman. Officers ended up shooting that suspect along West 183rd Street in University Heights on Wednesday night. The NYPD says they found a brick of drugs in his backpack. A woman and a 12-year-old girl were injured in the crossfire. The woman shot, the child hit by bullet fragments. Both are expected to survive. A cemetery caretaker is under arrest in Connecticut after tombstones were found overturned, garbage piled up, and bones discovered in nearby woods. Police say as many as 130 graves were desecrated at the Park Cemetery in Bridgeport. People had also been buried right on top of one another. Caretaker Dale LaPrade is charged with disturbing graves.
How could somebody do that, you know? You wonder, like, would she have wanted that kind of respect or that towards her own family if they were buried here or something like that, you know?
In Brooklyn, police are looking for a man who went on a violent tirade, freaking out over a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Make my cinnamon toasted raisin bagel with bacon, egg, and cheese right now!
Cell phone video shows the guy screaming at the clerk at a deli in Bushwick last month. Workers at the store say he lost his cool after he was told he'd have to wait at least 5 minutes for his order. At one point, he even pounded on the counter and launched a bag of bread at the clerk.
When I sleep nighttime, I still dream it because he told me I'm gonna shoot you.
And finally, it only took a couple of decades, but Diane Keaton's lost wallet has been found. A treasure hunter found it after buying a storage unit here in New York. He didn't know the wallet belonged to the actress at first. That's because her California license, which expired in 1969, listed her legal name, Diane Hall. But he also found a union membership card with her stage name on it and was able to connect the dots. Keaton caught wind of the find and tweeted that she didn't even remember losing the wallet. That's all for News 4 Now. Stick around to see a full report on those disturbed graves in Connecticut. I'm Stefan Holt. Thanks for checking in.
It was once considered a pauper cemetery. The Park Cemetery in Bridgeport is where countless war veterans were laid to rest, some more than 100 years ago. But loved ones recently discovered this: tombstones overturned, garbage piling up, and human bones tossed in the woods. Soon after, a criminal investigation.
As our detectives start to look closer, we found bone fragments that were later confirmed to be human remains, and pieces of old caskets that date back over 100 years.
Police arrested the cemetery caretaker, Dale LaPrade, and charged her with disturbing graves. Police say about 130 families have been impacted. Their loved ones were either dug up and thrown in the woods, or other, more recently deceased people were buried right on top of them. Jose Calderon has been paying close attention to his father's grave after hearing the news.
We're constantly coming here, just checking on to see if anything's been moved or anything like that, and I haven't noticed anything.
Officials now have the difficult task of finding all the remains that were moved and figuring out what to do with them.
Literally bags of bones that were picked up by witnesses and brought in and brought to the attention of the court. Those are going to have to be identified.
The caretaker was allowed to run this cemetery for decades without any oversight. Now she is facing jail time if convicted. And as for motive, why she would do all of this, that's under investigation. But one theory is she was trying to save money. Reporting from Bridgeport, Ida Siegel, News 4, New York.